Is it recording?
Yes, that's now the first thing on the recording.
Always.
Perfect.
That's gonna be our new intro. Hi.
Is it recording?
Yep. Welcome to Diluvium. Last session, you guys had a whole lot of fun fighting some fish guys and their giant crab. And at the end of the fight, you all turned around, mainly Tristan turned around to see that the ship was not there anymore. And actually, the ocean wasn't there anymore. And you were on a whole, weird forest field area in a whole different realm. And Sildair and Aaron, wow, had jumped off of the ship because Sildair started to notice something was weird. And Aaron was like, "What the hell are you doing?" So he jumped after him and swam their way to the island and got there right before it flickered to the Feywild. You all wandered for a little bit, heading towards the mountains, and noticed some movement in the trees, and ended up coming across a group of strange little inhabitants. I don't remember, did we talk about what they were called?
Yes.
Yeah, you put a picture in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, the Wildkin. Okay.
Yeah.
Emir and the main leader of the group had a whole little weird standoff in the tree. And then Emir almost got eaten by Mava, which was a grand old time. Kind of freaks Kia out because they turned into a bird. But then eventually you guys did manage to talk to them. Mava and Kawa put on a performance that they thought was hilarious. And you found out that the leader's name is, they go by High Flyer. A few of you gave nicknames, but I don't think everybody did of what they could call you. Not everybody has introduced yourselves yet. And they agreed to help you for a cost, which they have not named yet, and started leading you off in a direction. And that is where we are picking up. Same day.
Not going to talk about how uncomfortable that idea makes me.
The cost that they haven't established yet?
That they haven't established
Mhm.
is the kicker there.
I think
Very
the agreement was
disconcerting.
if they don't like what we give them, they'll just ditch us.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
For now, yes. That is kind of what they've determined. They're also not leading you towards the exit yet.
They're leading us towards possible, maybe, kind of, sort of, not really help.
Yes. They know somebody who can help you, and they're leading you in that direction, but they're also kind of meandering as you guys are following them. It doesn't seem like they're necessarily going in a set direction. They kind of keep turning left every now and then right every now and then, and then straight ahead every now and then, and it's kind of winding. And there's still some murmuring, giggling among them in Sylvan. But none of them are really talking directly to any of you at this point. And High Flyer is kind of keeping all of them together, and every now and then reprimanding one of them that tries to wander off or go mess with one of y'all. So what's everybody doing? Just walking?
Slithering.
Trying not to trip on the NPC in front of me.
What was that?
Trying not to trip on the NPC in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I walk faster.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing the video game walk we talked about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're having to purposefully go slow and then go quick again to catch up. And otherwise, you outrun everybody.
Mhm.
They kind of all end up walking alongside you guys, with High Flyer kind of a little bit ahead. so that they can keep like looking you over and studying you because I think you're very interesting. You're all taller than them.
I'm studying them back.
Yeah.
They're very interesting too.
Tristan, the one walking next to you, desperately looks like they want to touch your tail.
I will purposefully make it kind of like swish on their side of the path, like a person with a cat toy, just making it super tempting, just to see how long it takes them to actually do it, or if they give in.
There's like a good solid few minutes of them like almost, and then like no, I shouldn't, and then almost, and then no, I shouldn't, and then finally they like make eye contact with you.
I kind of give them a grin. I'm grinning. I'll grin and flick it their direction again.
And then like as you flick it, just immediately like try to grab it.
I'm gonna play hard to get.
So you flick it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of let out this like noise of indignation, like how dare you. And Highflyer like whistles sharply back at them, like kind of get them back in line, yells something in Sylvan.
I giggle a little, and then just to myself, just a little giggle chuckle, and then are they like sad now?
They are like grumpy pouting at you, like you.
I'll swish my tail back in front of them and hold it there. You can touch it.
They do.
It
Like grab and then like touch along the like, is it like a daggery pointy end, like an arrow?
I have a spade tip tail.
Spade tip, yes.
Yep.
Like trace their finger along that shape and then like the length of it that they can, and then let go of it, satisfied.
It tickles a little, and I repress the giggle because it tickles, and pull it back when they're done.
Kawa. The one walking next to you is much the same. Except this one looks like they want to just like pet you, just all of you. Like you're a cat. You're just a big cat.
I'll do that low rumbling growl that cats do.
Yep. They will walk like a little bit further away.
I'm sorry, I've never heard a cat before. What does that sound like?
Where's our cats? I'll bring Oreo by Izzy or something.
No, it's fine. I'll go get Astrid and hold her for a minute. Crocodile row.
Yeah.
That'll come over real clear.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mava. Oh, Mava.
Oh yeah.
You have like 3 or 4 following you who are both intimidated by you because like they saw you bite the bird that turned into a mirror and like and also I think they saw you with the guy's legs hanging out of your mouth. So they know better because they're smaller. But also like you have a really pretty shiny tail and everything else too, like so they're kind of enamored with you but also scared of you. So they're not trying to touch you, but they will not stop staring.
That is usually what he goes for in life, so
yeah,
he is quite satisfied with this.
Living the dream.
So it's like he doesn't really do anything to encourage or discourage.
Yeah.
He just keeps going on his way, and if he happens to, slither into a patch of sunlight to make his iridescent scales glimmer a little bit, he just might do that.
Yeah. And anytime you do, they're all like, oh, wow, like gasping and like reaching a hand out, not to touch, but just like, look at that kind of thing.
Hell, he might even use prestidigitation to ham it up a bit.
Make himself real shiny and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Perfect.
Yay.
Why do I have 5 notifications from this chat?
I turned off one of our mutual chats because they were watching a movie.
No, I have 5 notifications from this server.
Us? That's weird.
Start event. No,
Mm.
I'm not doing that. You're all here. It's fine. Yeah, and the rest of you, like, you're getting eyed, but the few of you who have very distinctive, interesting things about you, they're fixating on. And eventually they do lead you to kind of a little clearing, and they slow to a stop, and I'll just kind of start sitting down in the grass. And High Flyer turns to address all of you and says, we have to sleep. Do you have to sleep? I assume you have to sleep.
Typically,
Yes, we have to sleep.
yes.
Okay. Do you know how to camp?
Yeah.
Because it might be different here.
Usually we set up like a campfire, make food, have beds, bedrolls, tents, sometimes no.
What
How
about
about you?
animals?
What do you mean?
Do you ever have animals try and eat you in your sleep?
We set watches to prevent that, usually. What about you? Do you just sleep in the trees to keep them away?
Yes.
But what about the invisible snakes?
They don't go in the trees.
Would you
So, tree
recommend
camping,
that we
anyone?
also tree camp?
Probably. If you want to live.
Are we going to be allowed in the trees?
They all kind of turn to look at Amir.
Mir narrows their eyes at them.
Will you be respectful of the trees?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
How would I disrespect a tree?
You did earlier.
No, I disrespected the person in the tree.
Nope. You didn't ask the tree.
Yes, I will respect the tree.
Good. In that case, we'll show you all how to sleep in our trees.
Jules, how big are these trees?
They are, some of them are smaller and some of them are quite large.
Big enough to hold a 600 to 800 pound snake man?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay, good.
I approve.
So, oh, sorry. High Flyer goes over to one of the closer trees and kind of turns to you all and gestures to it and says, you have to say a special thing to ask permission before you climb in the tree.
And it is...
Okay. So now that I know you're paying attention, it is, and they will turn and do a little like half bow to the tree and then put their hand on the trunk of it and say something in Sylvan that none of you can understand, and then turn and look back at you.
I will go over to a tree, and I will give it a little half bow, put my hand on the tree, and do my level best to repeat whatever it was they just said.
Okay. Does anybody have any special skills to help them, like, with mimicry or languages or anything like that?
No,
Hang on.
you might.
I think I do. I have to remember it.
I was gonna
do.
say. Oh, did you?
I do. I have linguist actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I was getting to mine. I was just letting Karen say theirs first
Sure.
because I was gonna do basically the same actually, and just I'm well aware I have no idea what I'm saying, but I will repeat it syllable for syllable.
Okay.
I am going to use the where my meta magic shift to do a subtle spell, and I'm going to cast comprehend language because I want to know what exactly they
Okay.
are trying to say to the tree.
Are you gonna have them say it again?
He would say it just as he'll ask if they could say it one more time.
Yeah, and they will. And to you at this point, it basically sounds like, "Oh, great and wonderful tree, please, will you allow me to rest in your boughs?"
Okay.
That's the right word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that lasts for an hour, so if they speak in Sylvan, otherwise he'll be able to understand it.
Perfect. They absolutely are. It's a lot of idle chatter right now. There's a couple of them who are like, I bet they can't say it. Did you hear that one try to say it? That was so funny.
Of course.
So I will look at Kia and try to find a tree that would fit at least 3 people, because I'm assuming she will pull Aaron along. Or at least 3 people comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will pretend to try to mimic what they said. And do the little bow and pretend. So
Yeah.
and then let my claws come out and climb the tree. Like a cat.
Oh.
Oh no.
They all kind of cringe at that. There's some muttering of, that hurt the tree. I know that hurt the tree, but they did ask.
And then I will start purring loudly.
They're like, what is that sound? Perhaps it's the tree's forgiveness. We'll hope it's the tree's forgiveness. Oreo, what the fuck?
That's not how you climb a chair, baby.
Yeah,
It is how she climbs a chair.
apparently. Is Kia following Kawa and bringing the boy along?
Yeah, she'll have been whispering it back to herself each time they've said it, which has been twice,
Uh-huh.
so she could repeat what she heard them say, similar to when she repeated the curse words from the fish guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say so far between the lot of you, Valut and Kia are probably doing the best at mimicking. But while it is a long phrase, it's not terribly difficult to say. They did say it a little fast just to be mean, but you all managed to adequately repeat it if you try.
Yeah, Mabel will say the words as he finds a tree that is big enough to hold him, and then he starts shimmying his way up by wrapping his body in like coils around it and just like wiggling his way up.
And you hear one of the wildkin murmur to High Flyer, "Our snakes can do that." And High Flyer just kind of shakes their head. Yeah, and Sildare will do the same. He'll kind of mimic it and then climb up carefully into the same tree that Emir went into. And oh my god, Aaron. I keep like losing his name and then catching it again. Aaron will also do the same. And follow Kia and Kawa. Until everybody is in a tree.
Saw.
I'm pouting in my tree.
Sildare will give you a pat on the shoulder. And High Flyer picks a tree that is kind of close to everybody else's. And they start talking and kind of they do a quick little motion near their throat and mouth. And then suddenly their voice is loud enough for all of you to hear without being too loud for anybody that's closer to them. Funky voice magic. And they say, "Good job. Our trees are very special. Everything here is special. Our trees will fight you if they decide they don't want you there. So you have to be respectful." Also, it's just fun to watch people try and say it because they don't know how to say it. We're gonna take you somewhere after the sleep. So you should figure out what you're gonna try and give us.
What sort of things interest you?
Oh, lots of things. You're from a different place from us. You have all kinds of interesting. And you're interesting people. But I wanted to warn you too. And they sound almost sheepish. As they say, the one that can help you where we're taking you. Well, they live around a lot of dangerous things. There's lots of dangerous creatures there. On the way, if you see something that looks like something you really, really want, and it's this perfect, wonderful thing that you've been looking for a really long time, and you want it so bad, don't touch it. Because first of all, it probably doesn't exist here. And also, it's probably a monster who's looking like a thing that you want. And it looks different to everybody. And if you go to it, it'll eat you.
Oh, like a mimic.
What?
Never mind.
I guess it does mimic things, but no, that's like a so when we try to catch the creatures in the water, we throw out treats and they go to the treat and then we stab them. So it's like the treat.
So it's like a lure.
Yeah.
Thank you for the warning.
Mm-hmm. And Mava, you hear one of the wildkin in the tree next to you murmur in Sylvan, so you're the only one who understands it. Yeah, it's really more of a warning for us, because if it eats one of you, it'll try to eat all of us, but you know, kind of talking to themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just taking mental notes right now. He's not giving
Yeah.
any sort of indication that he's understanding what they're saying.
Also, the person who's going to help you, hopefully, will also have a price. But I don't know what their price will be. They're really grumpy, so we don't talk to them very often.
It's understandable.
How do you know they'll help this then?
Well, they don't like people who aren't from here.
Wow, so they'll want to get rid of us.
Yes. And helping you leave means they get rid of you. They don't like to kill
see.
people, so they won't kill you. But they will try to get rid of you, which is different. But sometimes they help people who wander and lost. That happens more often than you would think. I think it's funny. Sometimes we keep people in secret for fun. Yeah. Just try not to get eaten, because I don't want to get eaten.
We'll do
Anyway.
my best.
Well, good. Anyway, good night.
No.
Oh. Night. Kind of look over at the group and be like, are we setting up watches?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
So how would you guys like to do watches?
Mava will take first watch since he still has his comprehend languages up.
Okay.
Are we all in different trees?
I don't know. Valut went up just whichever one was closest to him.
Kind of what Tristan did. He just picked one.
He wasn't really trying to arrange anybody or anything.
I mean, I'm assuming the trees would be close enough that we could still see each other.
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
Mhm.
So
I just didn't know if we were doing this on like groups of two, if we should spread them amongst the trees, or if we're just doing one person at a time.
well, I can do I'll take my watch with Mava. That's fine.
I can do middle watch.
Okay.
I can do either middle or last.
I will say, for some part of this previous conversation, Valut has been feigning sleep. So y'all are probably well aware that he's feigning sleep, but he basically climbed in and like tied a rope around his waist in the branch, and then leaned back and closed his eyes and pretended to whatever.
Is gonna tie a rope around me, but I don't have any rope.
Oh, shame about that.
Yep.
See,
Unprepared adventurer.
I'm actually
I'm usually more
surprised.
prepared, but it's okay. Do what, Jules?
I'm surprised
About what?
that you don't have rope.
I don't have supplies.
Oh,
Remember, I kind of established that I thought this was a clearing the rock mission, not a go get stranded places mission.
right.
I didn't bring gear.
You didn't bring your backpack.
Nope.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Spook tried to he kind of climbed, had his hands up on half of Nicole's chair, and then decided to leap up and just use his front paws to try to climb up. So he just sort of swung there and then fell off.
Oh.
He's doing great.
Man, you have clawed the crap out of my chair. Yeah.
Oh,
Ew.
You're why I can't have nice things.
Oh.
Just him.
I got you, silly.
Just spook.
Yep. Only spook.
Yeah, if Tristan makes any sort of mention about not having a rope or seems like he's looking for a rope, Mava will pull one out from his bag of holding and toss it over his way.
You'd see me trying to kind of be looking at my belts and my I do have kind of like a cross belts for my rapier and my short sword, and I'm like looking at them trying to figure out if there's a way to attach it to a branch.
Yeah, Mava will whistle to get his attention and then toss a coil of rope his way.
I will catch it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'll let you know how to roll.
Okay.
Mava has his entire tail curled around the tree. He's anchored.
Yeah.
Mine's
Mama's
also
not going-
kind of wrapped around the tree, but I don't have a big a tail.
Do we need to ask the boy who would be king if he's got rope?
Y'all are so funny.
I still thought it was Bonnie, y'all.
Yeah.
That's my theory, and I am sticking to it until either Kia dies or the thing companions, whichever comes first.
That's fair.
Roll new
I just think
character,
it's
roll
funny.
new theory. That's my plan.
I love that idea, actually.
Until we
and-
find the missing king, then you'll know it's not Bonnie.
Yeah. But no, Aaron does not have rope, and nor does. Wait, actually, Sildare might. That's right. I have a character sheet for him.
If,
I knew I
if,
was
Things
getting
with
something.
if Sildare doesn't have rope, I will share my rope.
Yeah.
I think
I
50
have
feet's
rope.
enough to cover 2 people.
Oh yeah.
Kia brought all of her belongings with her because she takes her belongings wherever she goes.
If anybody winds up in Mava's tree, they're welcome to use his tail as a rope.
He does have rope, but he'll still share with you. Okay, so we have Mava and Kawa for first watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's doing second watch?
I would do middle, so I'll do middle.
I'll go ahead and do it too.
Okay.
I'll do last watch.
Somebody wants to assign a watch to Balut. He will absolutely properly wake up for it, but he's not volunteering the conversation because he's still
He's pretending to be asleep.
right.
Mhm.
Hey, whoever's on second watch just wakes him up and like, hey, it's your turn.
Right, which is fair. I'm just noting.
We'll see how it shakes out.
Mhm.
So our lovely people for the first watch, go ahead and roll for me, and then if there's any conversation you're having.
Perception?
Yes.
182, so I'll try to put it in. Let's roll.
13 for me.
Alright.
I will say Kia used her cloak to make kind of like a pillow for Aaron.
Oh, very sweet. Okay. So, as your watch begins, the sky does rapidly begin to darken. Much faster and more thoroughly than it does where you're from. So it's sort of like they could tell, like, if we don't stop now, we're not going to have time to.
Mhm.
Especially having to teach you guys how to ask the trees and all of that, and get situated. So, like, within the first 10 or 15 minutes of your watch, it is suddenly nighttime. And Mava, as far as you can tell, everything is fine. It seems quiet. A bit strange, but quiet. Kawa, you notice some strange movement in the distance that's hard to place on the ground, but far away, kind of just outside where your vision would be able to see what it would be. Just some movement. Might be those invisible snakes that they were talking about moving through the grass, might be some other small creature. But otherwise, everything seems quiet. Are you guys talking about anything? Or just enjoying the strangeness?
Not unless Mava starts the conversation.
I can't think of anything he'd bring up, so
That's
they'll
fine.
just
Come on,
they'll
Mama,
just
the pressure's
vibe.
on.
Yeah, no, they'll just vibe.
All right.
Out of curiosity, because I know Mava's probably seen that my eyes kind of, how the cat eyes glow in the dark
hmm
sometimes, but I don't remember if snake eyes do that.
Kind of.
Let me look it up.
I don't remember.
I don't.
It's called
Think-
tapetum lucidum. Of the reptiles, only crocodilians and
Okay.
alligators have them.
Mm,
So most
okay.
reptiles do not. So he would not.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. So,
Yeah.
So yeah. So you'll occasionally just see the eyes kind of blink towards your direction and around the area, and then back to that just one spot she seems to be watching.
hmm Yeah, and
Alright.
Mava, for his part, is pretty much encapsulating the general reptile vibes where he is clearly awake, but he's just doing a whole lot of nothing.
Okay. All right. So that is your watch. Tristan and Kia.
Tristan and
Tristan.
I thought Kia
And
was
Ymir.
last.
Ymir. It's Ymir.
Ymir.
Oh, Amir. I
Yeah.
flipped my notes. I'm sorry.
See how you are.
I'm forgetting I have to have this mic pretty close to my face, and if I move it, I have to super move it back, or it doesn't catch everything I say.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
will,
so perception.
before I go to sleep, I will go ahead and point towards the area that
Uh-huh.
I got. There was some movement on the ground. It's far away. I don't know what it can be, and I just kind of give them where I saw it.
Okay.
Oh, how funny.
I laughed whenever I looked at my
Wow.
roll, and it was a 5, and I went, "Oh, that's a 13. Wait, oh no."
Oh, delightful. Perfect.
Okay, I need a partner now so that we can complete it.
Yeah.
I'll kick Valut awake. It's fine. First, let's see what happens on our watch, if anything.
Yeah. Tristan, you see a shooting star. Except it's going like usually they go diagonally towards the ground. And in the Feywild they kind of just go straight. Like it's just off enough to be strange.
It's interesting, though. I'll
Um
point it out to Ymir since they're a star person.
yeah.
Kind of frown thoughtfully. Try and figure out where it went. Well, if it went straight down, obviously I know where it went, but like how far away it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks for whoever might have been standing there.
Just a little. Hopefully they saw it coming.
Hopefully. Emir. Most of your watch goes by about the same. Kind of chill. The shooting star is interesting. Near the end of your watch, and if you guys want to have conversation, we'll back up and you can do that also, obviously. But near the end of your watch, you also spot that strange bit of movement, but it's in the other direction from where Kawa said. So, like, if you're facing one way and Kawa pointed and it's on, this time it's way off in the distance.
Can I perception check it?
I mean, that's again. I got yeah.
Yeah,
go
like see if
for it.
I can get better than 22.
Sure.
Nope, I did not.
Aw,
Did not
Nope.
get better than
Okay.
22.
dress.
So yeah, it's very low to the ground. So it's not a person or anything. And it's just moving kind of in the same direction you guys were going. But it doesn't seem to be coming towards you. It's just on the other side, which is interesting. And yeah, that's it for your watch. Is there anything you guys are talking about?
I don't think I have anything unless you do.
No.
Okay.
Chatty group.
I know, very chatty.
I had an idea, but my wild shapes are expended for the night, so
I wouldn't do it in the middle of your watch anyway.
Yeah.
I think that would screw your list. Yeah. So you guys go to wake up Kia. Are you waking up anybody else?
I'll wake up Valut.
Okay.
We're gonna wake up Aaron.
Pop a little twig or something. If we're not in the same tree, so I'll find a little tree branch, snap it, and chuck it at him.
Okay.
I mean, that's what
You
I would have
hurt
done.
the tree.
So.
Yeah, you should have asked the tree's permission first.
One eye opens. He sort of looks down and resituates a little bit more upright. Anything interesting?
Shooting star. Movement that way.
And that way, but before our watch.
Curious.
Which way did the star shoot?
Down.
Okay.
Like straight down.
Right down.
That's
There was no curve to it. It just whoomp.
Like if you dropped a rock.
Yeah.
Which I guess is effectively what the sky did.
Yeah.
Good. Love it.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Not wrong.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, so you two go off to sleep. And I would like perception rolls from our two watchers.
Well,
I fulfilled my end.
Oh my god.
Actually, that's just what I rolled. Let me see what my modifier is. That's actually 16.
Aww.
No.
Better edit it.
So
Broke the cycle.
16 and 24.
close.
So
Close. So close.
yet so far away.
Yeah. Man. That's pretty low for you.
I rolled a 14.
Ah, okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I know your perception. Okay. Are you guys talking about anything? Uh-oh.
Nicole's headset turned off, so it's one.
Oh no.
Yeah, 1 second. I guess you guys couldn't Here, Nicole, that's obvious. I'm smart.
Okay, sorry.
Hi.
Welcome
Hi. I was here the whole time.
Of course.
Kia is gonna get out her jeweler's kit and start very quietly making or putting beads on a piece of string
Okay.
or on little pieces of string.
Hang on one sec.
How dare you?
It's for you. Oh, that came out wrong. I meant short for seconds.
Yeah.
How's the light overall?
It is
Like, I
quite.
know it's night, but starlight, moonlight.
So there are some stars. Actually, a lot more than you're used to,
Mm-hmm.
and there are 2 moons. One of them is not terribly bright, and one of them is kind of standard.
Your standard moon.
Yeah.
So Valut will pull out a small scrap of paper, and without really looking at what he's doing, because there's not really enough light to make out detail or handwriting or whatever, he'll start scribbling notes about the day.
Okay.
Just little, we did this, kind of whatever. And God knows if he'll be able to understand it later, because he might be writing over the same line every time. But he's trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying his best.
You probably do this often enough in
Fair.
poor enough light that you know at least how to go down the line.
Yeah. It might
You
not
might
look
get
pretty
really
later,
close.
but that's all right. This isn't a final draft.
Yeah. All right. So both just kind of doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm. Keeping hands busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Kia, you don't really notice much. Seems peaceful enough. You don't know what they were talking about. You don't notice anything moving.
I'm watching for another Starterfall.
Mm-hmm.
In case I entered into the wrong game.
Valut, everything seems okay as far as you can tell. Until right about the time you'd normally be like waking everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
You catch out of the corner of your eye the movement from one direction, and then also the movement from the other direction. Still not coming towards you. Still just far enough out of the farthest reach of your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Heading, you can tell for sure in the direction that you guys are going. Pretty quickly. And whatever it is, it must be pretty long because it stretches almost like a train, kind of as far as you can see in both directions. But it's like you're in the middle of 2 train tracks that are really far apart.
Are they moving? Is there a pattern to the movement? Like, as it's shifting, is there any discernible, like a little here and then a little there or anything like that?
Every now and then there's a slight pause, but for the
Okay.
most part it seems to be constant.
Okay.
You do not hear it like footsteps. The closest you can figure, it sounds reminiscent of how it sounds when Mava's coming through
Right.
the but you can't really see whatever's causing it. Again, it's pretty low to the ground. Whatever it is not very big. It's just
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then
That gets into
almost
the
as
the notes.
quickly, yeah, almost as quickly as it got dark, the sunrise happens. And it's just like a 15-minute. It went from dark to morning. And everybody else starts to wake up. The wild can all start to wake up and kind of stretch, holler out little greetings to each other in Sylvan, and then start climbing down.
Untie the rope.
Yep.
Untie my rope.
Untie.
I didn't
coil
use a
back
rope,
up.
for the record.
Toss it back to Mava.
Puts
I
it back in
figured
his
I
bag.
only climbed up 40 feet and I can safely fall that much.
I mean, that's valid.
Tristan, Valut, and Emir, you guys all notice when the wild can get to the bottom of the tree, they all sort of give it a little pat and like a nod. They don't say anything that time, but it's like a thank you, pat, pat, nod.
We'll imitate.
Yeah, I'll give the
Yeah.
tree a little pat.
Yeah, and also actually add a thank you. Just kind of quietly under the breath.
Do you guys tell everybody else?
I'll tell Sildare.
I mean,
God,
did we
Emir.
notice them patting the tree?
No.
I will say, no, he doesn't necessarily tell anyone, but he will be a little obvious about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
That's
it's
what I
a
meant,
little
is did we
silver
notice our
production.
group doing it?
Oh, do the wild kid know?
Not the wildkin, the
Anyway.
the PCs. Did we notice the PCs doing it?
Initially I was gonna say no, but if they're being obvious about it, then yes.
Okay.
I based that earlier thing on your passives.
Ah,
And, a couple of you have quite low passive perception.
I don't know what you're talking about. Perception's perfectly adequate.
I mean, I know mine's kind of garbage.
It's in the
Oh.
double digits.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't matter.
25 is terrible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it really is.
Above average.
So yeah, if since a couple of them are being more obvious about it, you can also see this. Everybody else.
And I'll just pat the trees. I get down, and that's it.
Keel will kind of rub the claw marks that Karma made and just kind of whisper, "Sorry."
The wild kid close to you gives you a thumb up.
Doesn't somebody have
mean it.
mending?
No.
I thought somebody had mending.
I might.
You can mend the tree.
I have mending.
I was gonna say, you're also a druid. You have druid craft. You could fix it.
Yeah.
all.
Okay.
If you took Druidcraft, you did not take Druidcraft.
No, but I do have
No.
mending.
You do.
Okay.
So, would Tristan ask me to mend the tree?
No.
Would it occur to anybody to ask me to mend the tree?
Would not occur to Kawa at all.
I don't think it occurs to Kia that you can, so.
Yeah, no,
Right.
Well, do I see Kia say sorry to this tree?
Give me a roll, just because I want to make you roll dice again.
Well, I got a nat 20 on that, so.
So yeah,
Hey.
congratulations. Oh yeah. I wonder, should we do? I think we're gonna test out both versions of the Dakota. Have you
Mhm.
seen anything about 1D&D?
About what?
1D&D,
No.
the new D&D stuff that they're doing.
No.
So they're currently playtesting for the next, I
Books.
guess, edition. We'll call it edition updated version of D&D. And one of the things that they've been playtesting is initially they did every time you get a nat 20, you get inspiration, which you can use to have advantage on a future roll. And if you
Okay.
get more than one, you can give your extra to somebody else because you can only have one at a time.
Oh, cool.
Right now, they're playtesting if you get a nat 1, you get to do that. We're going to do both.
Okay.
The D&D Beyond does have a little inspiration marker.
Mhm.
So if you get a nat 1 or a nat 20, just click that and it'll have a little sun to tell you have it. If
Okay.
you have it, you can give it to somebody else so that they also get it.
You said that gives advantage on a roll in the future?
Yes.
Cool.
And basically how we've been doing it is you can either say you want to use your advantage ahead of time, or you can roll, and before you say what you got, you can decide if you should use that advantage or not, and again.
Okay.
But once you use it, it's gone.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we're gonna do both because I think it's fun.
Sounds good to me.
Well, yay for me.
Yay!
But
Huzzah.
That little character box that Justin gave me for Christmas has a little inspired D20 token.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use that
Yeah,
for my advantage.
whatever you want to use. I just figure I would mention because I always forget that D&D Beyond has it.
Which, yeah, fair.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
up at the top.
It's
Oh.
between your
Between
walking
your
speed and your health.
Just inspiration. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm always accidentally clicking it when I scroll on my tablet.
I'm
What I'm
over
hearing is-
working on 2 computers, and I keep trying to use my mouse on the laptop, and that's not where it's connected to.
The other thing I do is if I do remember to click it, I sometimes forget to click it when I use it. So then I can't remember, do I actually have that or is that from last time? What's going on? Oh yeah, and at the end of the session it goes away. So it just lasts for the session. So if you don't use your inspiration advantage by the end, you don't start the next session with it.
Okay.
So use it or lose it.
Gotcha. Like my PTO.
Yep. Exactly.
Mm.
I hate that. Yeah. So
I will mend the tree.
the wildkin at first are like, what the heck are you doing? And they all kind of gather around and then they realize what you're doing. And while high flyers seem to honestly disdain you the previous day, they actually kind of give you a little nod of respect. Like, okay, maybe you're not so bad. So good job.
That's why I did it.
And they kind of gather around and start pulling stuff out of pockets and little pouches and start setting up to make breakfast, basically.
Like you do.
Some of them just sit down and start eating like berries, but a couple of them have like little bits of wood that they can stack up as kindling and then light, and one of them has like a teeny tiny little like prop for a teeny tiny little pan. And then like a bag of wet beef jerky, basically, that they make like bacon. Like, it's very simple and it probably looks strange, but they start the makings of breakfast mostly for themselves, you start to realize. And High Flyer, will turn and ask you guys, how did you sleep?
Okay.
Fine.
Fine.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
good. Sometimes strangers don't sleep well. Sometimes it's too dark or too bright or too high or too cold or too hot or too, I don't even know. You guys are kind of the most normal that we've had in a while. And you're pretty weird, so that should tell you something. But I'm glad a monster didn't try to eat you. This would have
Yeah,
all been a great waste of time otherwise.
there was something wandering around at night, though.
Yes, and I will point the direction that I saw.
No, both. And I'll point the other direction, or the direction the other one was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did it look like?
Couldn't see it, only could see that it moved.
That's probably okay. Probably. I mean, lots of stuff lives here.
Hmm.
But it didn't try to eat you, so that's probably good.
I suppose so.
Kia's gonna sit down and go back to making more beads on string.
Since they're making breakfast, I'm gonna pull out some rations and eat some breakfast myself.
All right.
Yeah. I think I have some of those in my pocket.
I have 1 day's worth of rations, which does not seem right.
How many? So on your inventory list, it'll say rations 1 day, and then there will be
How many
3
do you
numbers:
have?
the weight and the whatever, and then the one in the middle is how many of them you actually have.
Oh,
Yes,
I
you
got
should.
10 days.
There you go. You have 10 1 days of ration.
10 1 days.
I'm not really gonna have you mark it off. This is not a survival game.
Oh, shit. I was all prepared for it.
I was like, I'm gonna ration my rations and not eat today.
How long do you think we're gonna be here?
Who knows? It's the fucking Feywild.
You are on another plane.
This is a good point. No, may I, Nicole, can I ask a question of you?
Sure.
Out of curiosity, what kinds of bead and string are you using?
Probably like really simple string and wooden painted beads.
For what it's worth, Foss, you do have good berry.
I know, but that takes spell slots.
It does. Just one. And it makes 10 berries.
Oh, I thought it only made 1 berry.
No, it makes up to 10. You can just make one, but it makes up to 10.
It seems like people have rations. I'd rather just not do it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Hi,
Yeah.
welcome back. You're fine.
Welcome back.
Thanks, sorry.
All you have missed is breakfast and people pointing out that the thing was on both sides. They didn't know what it was. And High Flyer was like, well, at least it didn't try to eat you. I don't know. A lot of things live here.
Gotcha. Mava wouldn't bother with breakfast. He's not going to need to eat for a few weeks after his big fishy meal.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is making jewelry and
Luke is also eating.
Lud is eating. Mir is eating.
Kawa is eating.
I'm eating.
What's Mava doing?
Mava will try to get High Flyer's attention.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. They kind of wander over. They do keep a very pointed distance between you, but
That's perfectly fine.
kind of tilt their head.
When would you like to receive your gifts?
Oh, do you know what it is?
Yes, I believe I found something that would be appropriate.
What is it?
He reaches into his bag of holding and he pulls out one of his pillows. It's patchwork with each of the patches being really bright and colorful embroidery with colorful tassels around the edges. It has
Oh.
a buckwheat filling with lavender, so it's something
Oh.
Love it.
so it will mold to the shape of any tree branches that it would be in. And then
Mhm.
also with the lavender would help it be really relaxing for sleep. And it's rather large, like they could probably fit like 3 of the wild kid on there.
Oh man. High Flyer's eyes light up for like a good solid couple of seconds, and then they immediately try to like disguise this delight with like, yes, I am normal, I have a blank expression. And go, how many?
I have 3 I could give.
3?
That is quite literally all I have on me. I don't have any.
Oh,
Mhm.
All the rest were back on the ship.
yep.
These were just the extras that didn't get placed.
One moment. And
His
they
travel pillows.
kind of gather up and start conversing very quickly, at times excitedly. Oh yeah, and if you didn't, everybody mark a long rest.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Sasha, charming.
All just very excited. And then kind of hushed. And then there is some arguing as well. And finally, High Flyer will walk back over. Very casual, very forcedly casual. We think that will suffice.
Excellent. And he will pull out the other 2. They are different patterns, but similarly colorful. And
Same size-ish.
yeah.
Are they round like this picture?
Yeah.
Okay. They immediately grab one of them, and then 2 of the others kind of hurry over and also snatch the others.
Mhm.
And then back away very quickly, like they're not sure you're gonna like actually go for it.
Yeah. No, he lets them take them.
And the extra 2 kind of go back to the rest of the group of Wildkid, and they all sort of gather around both of the pillows and like fawn over them for a second. And High Flyer just standing there like hugging the one to themselves, like, this one is mine. And kind of nod along and go, yes, okay. We will accept this.
Very good.
In fact, well, we were going to wander around a bunch today just for fun. But we'll just take you to the guy.
We would appreciate that. Thank you.
So you have successfully given them a gift that they like enough that they're not going to waste more of your time.
Excellent.
Nice.
Thanks, Mama.
Huzzah.
Is anybody doing anything else before they get ready to head out?
Well, I was also going to give a gift, but it seems that's unnecessary now, so that
Oh,
was pretty much it.
now I want to know what you were going to get.
Save it for the other guy.
Yep.
Oh, that's very fair, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So once everybody's eaten or not eaten or all ready to go, they will head off in a much more direct route this time. And they walk along, and a few of them kind of hum to themselves as they walk. Shit, forgot to change the music. There it is. Sorry, I gotta change the music.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's more fun now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they walk you along much more direct. Is anybody talking about anything as you walk? There are a couple of points where they take you over paths that Balut, you know, whatever was going alongside you guys,
Hmm.
you're kind of crossing its path as you walk, and you don't see anything.
Nothing to indicate that it was there or anything like
Nope.
that. Hmm.
Nope.
All right.
So yeah, if anybody wants to have any conversation, feel free. Otherwise, they are just gonna kind of truck along.
Kia will walk up next to Ymir.
Hello.
So, I may have been a bit rude yesterday and said some things that were kind of mean. Okay, they weren't kind of mean, they were very mean. I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Please remind Foster what you said.
Kia was the one trying to get you out of the tree when you were antagonizing High Flyer.
But she's actually not apologizing for.
No. Just what she said.
She said, I think there was something when we were talking about being diplomatic that, yeah, the best way to be diplomatic is to climb up in someone's tree and then be all mean to them. Like, she made a snide comment about what Ymir was basically doing was not very diplomatic and was, like, the total wrong thing to do in a passive-aggressive way.
Emir will shrug and say, "Water back into the sea."
That's a way better phrase.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's really clever.
I really like that, yeah.
I mean, it's because, where we come from, that's what most of it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sildair grins at you, Ymir. And look at you also, Kia. And he'll actually kind of lean forward because he was walking next to Ymir. He'll kind of lean forward a little so he can see you a little better, Kia. So, where is it you're from?
Oh, shit. I don't remember.
You don't have to say the exact name, just like, what was it like there?
Isolated?
Really?
Yes.
What made you decide to leave?
I wanted to see the world.
That's good enough a reason as any, I would suppose. It's quite an interesting world.
Especially when you see more than just your quiet mountain town.
Mm-hmm. Was it a very large island?
Not particularly, no.
I
mean, I've
suppose-
seen bigger ones, but I've also seen smaller ones. And some that were the same size.
I suppose that would make it feel quite isolated.
It's just the one town and the monastery.
Ah.
And the port, but the
That would explain
Thomas
the
in the
monk
port.
monkness about you. Monastery, yes, of course.
Does it show? Really?
Not really, no. I can't quite pinpoint it, but there's something. Then I see a lot of things that most people don't.
Oh.
Should I quiet about that?
Nope, just something to think about.
Well, no, you don't make it obvious. Were you and Kawa from the same place?
No, we met on a ship.
Yeah, she was my Aaron.
Oh.
And I'll just walk a little bit faster away and leave it at that.
Kia blushes a little and starts to try and mimic the walk of the wildkin, so it looks like she's not a monk right now.
So they're kind of looks at Ymir like, I think I made it awkward. This is why I write everything down and hand it to people and then leave.
I mean, I think it's funny.
Of course you do. You're not the one involved in it.
Ymir
Go make-
shrugs.
Go make friends.
Do I need to?
I don't know. I'm not going to be around forever.
Ymir like narrows their eyes.
I'm just saying, eventually you might want to have more friends than me.
Yeah, but I don't know if these are all the friends I want.
You won't know until you try.
What am I supposed to say?
Well, what I usually start with is hello.
Yeah, haha. I get that, but you have to say a little more than just hello.
Well, you could ask where they're from, or what they like to do, or to talk about yourself.
Ymir looks very apprehensive at this idea.
Do you want me to come with you?
You don't need to hold my hand. I'm an adult.
Oh, I didn't offer to hold your hand, but I can also do that.
Meant figuratively.
I know. Just giving you a hard time. He kind of hip checks you.
Remind me, we don't know that Mava is fleeing from getting killed by someone, right? Like someone's out to murder him.
I mean, at least Tristan knows. Because Tristan asked what was pursuing him, and he said, my kind, and Tristan was like, oh, hell no!
Yep.
Right, yes.
Yep.
But only Tristan, right?
No, then Tristan gathered everybody and said, hey, I have an announcement. No, that didn't happen.
No, I think there were a couple of people there, but I don't remember who all knows. I will leave that up to Dakota.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't want to spread that to too many individuals, so it's probably just Tristan and Sildare, I would think. Maybe Ymir, since they were with Sildare.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll also fully put out there that most things Sildare knows, Ymir also finds out.
Right.
Also, I'm pretty sure Bonnie was there.
Yes. She was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
noting all of the characters that were present, not that that's relevant right now.
Mhm.
So the
So the
prince
future
knows.
king knows.
Yep.
hmm
Glad we're on the same page.
Yep.
Secretly planning diplomatic immunity for Malva.
And where is Mava in relation to other people in this group?
Yeah, how are y'all walking?
I guess I'm walking a little bit ahead of Ymir now. Maybe skipping.
Cute.
Mava
I'm
would
not that
probably
far
be like.
ahead. Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying. That pretty much. I mean, when I sped up, it would have only been to get about 10 paces ahead of them, of Kia and Ymir.
You do have a faster pace walking.
Yeah.
Also within eyesight of Aaron.
Yeah, he's walking with you.
Yeah,
For
Mava
the
would be around toward the center of the group, kind of adjacent, I would say, just since he's so long.
Yeah.
And what languages do you speak?
Mava,
Yeah.
Abyssal, and Draconic.
Ah, darn. I do not know those languages.
It's a nice combination.
Mhm.
Eliza knows those languages, but not Ymir.
Well, Eliza's not here.
I'll go up to Mava and be like, can you follow me more over there and like kind of like a little bit away from the group, but not like away from the group, you know?
Oh.
Mava will nod and follow them.
Once we have a respectable distance but can still easily see each other, Mir's gonna not make eye contact, just like continuing to watch as they walk forward. Like, so what does someone like you do to get people to want to kill you?
What do you know about the Wanti?
Admittedly, not that much.
My people are very fond of their schemes. The ultimate goal of most of my kind is to dominate everything around them.
Hmm.
And they seek perfection in all things. I was assigned to assist my uncle in one of his schemes. I made an error that caused him... He lost about a decade's worth of progress on one of his schemes because of something I did.
I see.
And so he sought me dead. Or he sought my death.
I mean, if I were an unfeeling, hateful bastard, I would think I would see that as fair.
Unfeeling, yes. Hateful, most of my kind tend to stray from displays of emotion in general, but we're not shy about eating each other.
You know, I can't say I'm surprised by that.
No. Cannibalism is a central part of our culture, and it takes place in many of the rituals we have.
Something sort of like consume the powerful to become more powerful.
Yes.
Well, I can't say I completely relate to that, because no one, to my knowledge, wants to be dead, but I am something of an outcast myself.
How so?
Ymir hesitates and is like second guessing whether or not they actually want to give this information, and after a moment it's like, well, I'm not a Genasi, really.
What are you then?
I was a sea elf.
Hmm.
And I woke up this way, and everyone abandoned me for it.
And you don't know what caused the transformation?
I don't at all. And it doesn't seem to be a complete transformation. Are you familiar with certain elven gifts?
I'm afraid not.
I have to actually go find the name of this damn thing because I don't remember it.
Jewel's making
Yeah,
us remember shit about our characters. What the fuck?
The moment you pulled Mava aside, I'm like, where are my notes?
I will get you to talk to each other.
Good luck.
Oh my god, is it like not on my character sheet?
Oh no.
Is it
Oh,
the
no.
gift of Corellian? Is that what you're looking
Yeah, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
for? Okay.
In simple terms, I get to choose who I am every morning, in one way or another. Not my race or anything, obviously, or I wouldn't have this problem.
Hmm.
When you look at me, what do you think I am?
Well, you seem to be an Aerogenasa to me.
Besides that,
He just kind of stares at them blankly.
What else could you be?
Yeah. Is there something specific you were looking for me to comment on?
most people I run into seem to swing one way or the other on if they assume I'm a man or a woman.
Ah, gender fluidity.
Mm-hmm. And generally speaking, I prefer to leave myself in a position where you interpret it instead of me. But I do have the option to choose. And that is purely an elven gift. And I don't know why I got to keep it when I changed, but I can.
It does sound changeling adjacent.
I am somewhat fey touched. But that's all I know about it.
Hmm. Why would... Is there a particular reason that your former acquaintances abandoned you for the change of shape?
They never
Seems
told...
like something that would be useful.
You would think, especially given that with this new shape, I can breathe underwater indefinitely,
Mhm.
essentially. Well, hold my breath indefinitely.
That is very useful.
I've found it extremely useful, but for some reason, the becoming so different suddenly, for no discernible reason, really bothered them. They didn't cast me out, but they did put me on the fringes of society.
Mhm.
And I didn't like being there. So
I can, come to think of it, I can somewhat relate to that. Wanti come in several different shapes and forms. I am what is called a Malison, which is about, we'll say, middle class. My kind can look more humanoid with some reptilian features, and the most powerful and respected among us are mostly serpentine.
I see.
The way that my kind breed, if one of a higher class breeds with one of a lower class, all of the offspring will always be lower class. My mother is a higher class than me. And my uncle, her brother, disapproved of her mating below her standing and did not think much of her offspring. So I've always been regarded as I had to make sure that I was useful. As soon as I was not useful, I was disposable.
I see. I understand how shitty that must feel.
Mm.
Especially once you get out of the situation where you only know that.
It was a wake-up call having to adapt to the way the rest of the world works. But it's less stressful.
I imagine so.
And I imagine your present situation is also less stressful now.
Traveling with Sladair is definitely better than whiling away on the edge of the ocean wondering what will happen to me.
Mm-hmm. Safety in numbers.
That too, although I never seem to be that concerned with that part of things. I know I don't come across as being very optimistic, but I do believe that things will tend to work out.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad outlook to have. I am simply more of a realist myself.
I understand that, and to a degree, that is probably safer, but I find that in my chosen field, I guess we'll call it, being a little optimistic works out better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's certainly something that would work for some people. I just cannot afford to be that
Perfectly understandable. You are
complacent.
attempting to outrun a dangerous enemy.
Mm-hmm.
If all of this seems weird, it's I feel like all of us are going to be around each other for some time, and it just seemed like a good idea to start making friends. So,
Oh, that makes sense.
and
Why did you choose me first?
you felt a little more relatable.
Mm.
Yeah.
He nods, just slithering along.
And for the record, if you need to talk about anything and you don't think any of them might understand, you can talk to me.
He looks a bit curious about that. Like he's never sort of been offered that ever and has no idea what to do with it. But after a moment, he simply nods and thank you if you desire the same. You are welcome. You are welcome to my council.
I appreciate that. Amir looks curious for a moment as a random thought occurs to them. Have you ever eaten a good berry?
No, I have not.
I wonder if it would work for you the way it works for everybody else, because you seem to require more food, but you also don't eat as often.
That is a curious thought. My diet has been entirely brain no thinky of word. What is that word? Meat. The meat diet. The all meat diet.
Carnivorous.
Thank you. That was not coming to my brain for some reason.
No, you're fine.
My diet has been entirely carnivorous.
Well, if you
But
ever,
the good berry is a magical item,
yes,
so
if you ever decide
would
you want to
be-
try one, let me know because I would be curious to know what happens.
I will let you know. I won't need to actually eat anything for a few weeks at the very least.
Well, I don't see myself magically forgetting how to make them, so.
Very good.
And then one day he wakes up in a different class.
Oops.
You're like, you can change your spells when you level up.
I mean, they've already changed, changed genders, changed bodies.
What's class?
You never
compared
know.
What's a spell?
Yep.
I love. Would you like to try a good berry for science?
For
Right?
science?
Jimbeer, I keep my spell slots for science.
Yeah.
But Mava understands that. I mean, the Wanti are very, curious creatures as far as that goes, so.
Yeah. Not to mention uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Why is guiding bolt?
Mava will be a
I
little quiet
picked
for
up
a bit.
guiding bolt during the break.
No, not you.
I know.
Sorry, go on.
Okay. He'll slither along in silence for a little bit and then look back to Emir. How did you meet Sildare anyway?
I think it's more accurate to say Sildare met me.
Right?
He showed up one day, and as you've probably become a little familiar with now, he knows things.
Mm-hmm.
And he just knew that we were supposed to travel together, and I had nothing to lose by saying yes.
Do you remember the dream that we all shared?
I'm 100% sure Amir does, but Foster does not. You need to refresh my memory.
Jules?
So it was, if I recall correctly, you were flying over the world as it used to be. And then there was a flash of a group of people, one in particular, and then everything sort of, it was watching the world become the way it is, basically.
Okay.
Over and over. Well, no, not for y'all. Just kidding. Then you woke up.
For Aaron.
For Aaron, it was over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was the one robed figure that turned to look at them before the dream ended, but you could never quite tell who it was.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
But weren't they dressed like the people on that island?
Yeah.
I remember.
Hmm.
I didn't see it, but I remember.
I do remember that, yes.
Do you remember the one at the end of the
Those were
dream?
my notes.
Yes, I do.
That was Sildare.
I can't say I'm surprised.
Sildare is aware that I know he was in that dream. But I don't know why he would be part of it.
I suppose that's a mystery that we might have to solve someday if he chooses not to divulge that information himself.
Hmm. I don't know what it means, but he was the one who warned me of what exactly is pursuing me. And I owe him for that.
It would seem to me that, for reasons unknown to us, maybe even unknown completely to him, you are very important.
I'm not entirely sure what importance I would have toward any particular thing.
Me neither regarding myself, because I imagine the reason we are all gathered together is we are all in some way important. But I also never, well, let me rephrase this. If I hadn't known him for as long as I have and seen the things he's done, if you had just told me what you did now, I would not have believed that Sildare would have been that kind of person.
Mhm.
So, sometimes those who are very important do not strike us so, and only when they are actually tested will we understand why.
I've never been a fan of fate or destiny. Far too many unknowns.
And you ended up in this group.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I'm much of a fan of it either. But I have found if you try to go against it too hard, you'll just fall into what it wants. So you have to find the fine balance between what the universe expects of you and what you want to do. And I'd like to think I'm walking that myself. I do, for the most part, do what I want to do, but I know that I'm going somewhere beyond just that.
Mm. Part of me does not want to leave these Feywilds.
It does seem like, despite the dangers that Highflyer and his ilk would say, you would be safer here.
I would be. Particularly considering what is chasing me.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of an anathema?
I don't believe so.
Anathema are wanti that have reached near godhood. They do not age. They are several times my size. They can camouflage themselves in anything they carry. Their skin secretes acid. They have 6 heads, so they can see in any direction. You cannot sneak up on them. And they can regenerate damage inflicted by a weapon.
That sounds horrible.
Many wanti are against the idea of creations of new anathema because of how aggressive and brutal they are. And Sildare's message to me was that many heads are pursuing me. That is why I'm terrified.
Understandably so.
I don't know where my uncle got one to follow his orders to go after me. He is a step below them as an abomination. But God's help the rest of you if it actually catches up to me.
As foreboding as that sounds, that does say to me, I'm right about you. If you are someone who's worthy of being tracked down by such a creature, you must be very, very important.
I would place that in less as importance and more that my uncle knows how to hold a grudge. What I did ruining over a decade of his work was an insult on top of my poor breeding, so to speak. It, I believe, to him is a matter of cleansing a mistake, a stain, for Wanti do like their perfection. And as long as I live, I am a mark against his ability to punish that which displeases him.
I think the more accurate statement would be as long as he lives.
Yes, that is true. But I'm not particularly inclined to go hunting him down. He is a Wanti of some renown and power.
Oh, I don't think you should do that. I think you shouldn't be so quick to think that he will be your end.
Oh no, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure he is not. But as far as the things in my life that are most detrimental to my ability to live a long and healthy life, he is at the top of that list.
Ymir nods as they listen. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what they would say.
That's okay.
They don't have to necessarily say anything.
What?
I said they don't necessarily have to say anything. Nodding along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna pull away from y'all for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody else just walking in silence, or do you have any other conversation?
I mean, I don't have much to say to people that aren't talking to me, so.
I don't know if I'm talking to anybody. I am keeping an eye out, though.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just keeping an eye out for invisible snakes.
That is probably.
Key is
Remember, they're hard
attached
to
her.
see.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just making a joke. I'm sorry.
Well, then you're not as important. I'm gonna go now.
Correct.
Key has tied her string to like her belt and is just looping beads on as she walks. Or skips.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever the wildkin are doing.
Both.
Yeah.
Some of them are going through the trees.
She's spotted out one and is mimicking behind them the way they walk.
Okay. I will say after a while of walking and Emir and Mava talking, High Flyer does kind of whistle and gather the wildkin around themselves. And sort of gestures to you guys as well. Excuse me.
I say I immediately clock that.
Yep.
So I'll go over.
And they've stopped moving and are just kind of gathering everybody up. I'm assuming everybody goes over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Before me and Mavadu, Ymir will kind of glance over at them, like, well, good talk, and then go over.
Mava will simply nod back and follow.
Once everybody's there, They're kind of like, okay. So, we're getting closer. We're almost there. This is where things kind of start to get a little, not fun.
Oh.
So, if you guys who are taller could keep an eye out and also maybe try to sneak, we'll get there just fine. Most of us are going to go through the trees. But I'll be the kind and gracious leader and walk along the ground with you.
I mean, you could fly above the ground just at our level. If you wanted.
You need
What?
to be. You want to be higher? And I grab him real quick and put him on my shoulders.
No. No. You are not a tree. Put me down.
I'll slowly put him down.
Thank you.
And then I'll pat him like I patted the tree.
Snap their teeth at you. As I was saying, I'll go along the ground to make sure that you don't run into any of the sun snakes,
Okay.
I think is what they were called. I don't want to look in my book right now, but I think they were sun
That sounds about right.
sunstrikes.
See, close enough.
Because I know how to spot them. So,
If it would help even it out, I could go up in the trees and walk that way.
you can go through trees too?
No, but I can climb them and jump from one to the other.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say something different if I'm gonna do that than just sleep.
Just leap.
No, I mean ask the tree.
Oh. No, you do have to ask permission.
Right. So is it different words for sleeping versus
Oh, right.
sleeping through? Talking to
yeah.
you have to stop at each one.
No.
You get
So
general.
for this one, you have to ask permission from one tree to grant permission from all of them.
Okay, which one is the friendliest one?
Really, Spook.
Not happy with me right now.
Spook, you are not a tree. You don't get to be part of this conversation.
They kind of wander around and tap on a couple of different trees and then finally stop and point to one. This one.
Okay, do they speak more than one language?
They could probably understand you the way you normally talk, I guess. You
So
speak
Kia
more than
will
one
walk up and bow to the tree again,
Mm-hmm.
and then put her hand on it and ask in Common, Elfish, and Gnomish, one right after the other, if
Uh-huh.
it's okay for her to travel via trees.
Okay. Nothing happens, but High Flyer gives you a nod.
And Kia will climb up the tree and travel via trees.
All right. I am gonna have you roll a dexterity check for that.
What? Roll dice?
I
Seems
know.
like a silly thing to do in this game.
If you're proficient with acrobatics, yeah, you
Mhm.
can add that.
Okay.
I'm staying near the tree that Kia's going through. That way, if she falls,
You can catch her.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't do my best, but I got a 19.
That'll work. All right. So you get to travel through the trees along with the wild kid,
Cool.
jumping along from branch to branch. Is anybody else trying to do that, or are you all gonna kind of walk along with High Flyer?
I'm gonna walk in stealth.
Okay, yeah, that was my next question: was who's trying to be sneaky and who is not?
Well, if we need to be, then yeah. That is to say, I'm taking their word. If they're saying,
Yeah.
If they're saying,
yeah.
then I will stealth.
Okay.
I will also stealth in the trees.
I
Sneaky
will.
trees.
Stick tree.
Oh, I forget Tristan's not that stealthy. Jeez.
Nope.
Mava is going to give warning to High Flyer in particular that he is going to make himself invisible,
Ah.
but he'll be
They
traveling with
kinda-
the group.
They kind of grin, like, you must be related to a Sunstrike somehow.
Quite possible. And then he casts invisibility,
Okay.
and that lasts for up to an hour.
All right.
I'm gonna wild shape into a bird again.
Okay. Look at y'all.
Damn, Kia.
No.
I'm sneaky.
I'm just saying, that's impressive.
Do you need me to roll stealth with invisibility, or?
Yeah, but do it with advantage.
Okay.
I'm so used to my other character that is also a rogue being so sneaky, and then I look at this and it's like +4. I'm like, oh, yikes. And then I was like, oh, right, that's because he has the acrobatics, deception, and sleight of hand stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's okay. Kawa actually has a +7 to stealth.
Tuh.
But she's a kitty cat.
Yeah.
Rolled badly.
Do I have the lowest plus?
Possibly.
I'm a
No.
+3.
I have the lowest plus.
Okay.
That advantage helped a lot. Otherwise, it would have been 11.
Oh yeah, Mir's only a +2.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't
Hey,
matter
no-
because I'm flying.
Yeah, I won't make you roll because you're a bird. All right.
What are they? A stealthy bird?
What?
I'm a
So they're-
magpie.
A
So
magpie?
probably well enough. I'll count it. All right. So yeah, you guys go along. The group as a whole manages to stay pretty sneaky. Oh wait, I gotta roll for the NPCs. Oh.
Did Aaron fuck up?
Until
Oh. Oh no.
Did-
So Dare has the lowest stealth.
Oh no. Because I don't actually have stats for Aaron.
Knew I should have prepared Pass Without a Trace. Oh wait.
Character.
Okay. Yeah, so they did real bad, but you guys all did good enough that it's okay. So Dare got a 7,
Oof.
and Aaron got a 8.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So Dare has a +1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than a negative or disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys all managed to sneak through, and as you travel this time, you do notice that the forest starts to get a lot more dense. There is less sunlight coming through the branches and the leaves. There's less of the natural movement of animals. Um, less nature sounds.
Hmm.
To... It's not that they're totally gone, but there are definitely fewer. All of the wild kind of, as you've been traveling, they generally are very cheerful. They're laughing amongst themselves. They're teasing each other. They are silent, moving through the trees. And here and there, off in the distance, you'll see some movement of some sometimes large creatures way off in the distance. Nothing ever moving towards you. But I would like when Foss gets back, we'll do perception checks. If you want to go ahead and roll them, you can. Actually, does anybody else need to take a break really fast?
I mean, I can.
So we have been going. We've been talking for about a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours now.
I could use some water and
Yeah, I
body
could use
break.
the soda. That
Okay.
sounds good.
So let's take a break.
Okay.
And we'll
Okie
get those
dokie.
perception rolls when everybody's back.
Okay.
All right, see you soon.
I'm gonna put mine in now, so don't forget it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Same.
Yeah, I'll do it when I get back.
Second. I got.
Plus, there's gonna be what 4 of us to use 2 bathrooms, so I'm gonna have to wait anyway.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I don't need to.
Well, you can go first, Nicole.
Break time.
I'll just put my dice in the middle where it's at, so then I'll be able to tell. I'll be back.
I know I did my thing. Bastard, no! She got away.
Oh,
I was holding her, waiting to see if I could get her to do the crocodile rumble at everybody, but she got away from me.
shame.
Oh, Jeremiah has her. Hold on. You gonna be grumpy? We're just gonna be sad.
Hero clock that I have cookies. No,
Where?
Hero, you can't have my cookies. They're chocolate. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take you. Yep.
Eh?
Alright. Will you death rattle for everybody?
Huh?
Oh, I have Astrid.
Oh,
Trying to see if she'll growl.
Hero is looking forlornly at me because I came back with tea and the leftover funfetti cookies. And he wants them. Sorry,
Shame
puppy.
for him.
I know, they're chocolate. He really can't have them.
Did that come over?
Hmm?
Did it not come across?
I didn't hear anything.
No, it didn't.
Dang. You did it right into the microphone, too. It was perfect.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, well. Ugh. That's enough of me bothering Astrid.
I don't know about that.
hang on.
For now.
I may have to go get, or not may, I'm going to go get him a cookie so he doesn't get butthurt. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
He's just in the kitchen. It won't take me that minute.
I got my boys their churro sticks, so they're good.
Churro sticks?
Yeah, they're little. They're in the shape of churros, but they're
Cute.
chicken flavored.
They're not.
So
They're not actually churros. Okay.
yeah, no, they are doggy churros.
I was like, that's sure a thing to give a dog. I guess. I wouldn't think they'd like it, but all right.
We rolling perception checks?
Yes.
There, I'm back.
Some of us are.
I don't want to talk about my roll.
Oh,
That's a perfectly fine roll.
I'm too busy watching Kia in the trees to make sure she doesn't fall out.
yeah.
With my stealth, you can't see me.
She's too busy looking for Kia in the trees to make
Trees.
sure she doesn't fall out.
Right.
And how's this? And I'm complaining to Mava about it, so I'm distracting Mava.
There you go.
You're complaining to thin air. It's great because Mava's invisible.
Yeah.
Where you imagine Mava is.
Yep.
Uh,
Either
beautiful.
way, Kawa's complaining,
Mm-hmm.
and Mava's distracted by it.
hmm
Mm-hmm. That
You
also
feel a hand pat your shoulder.
that also fits with Kawa's 15 stealth roll. Yeah, so Foss, I think you stepped away right as I was saying that this portion of the forest does start to get more dense, a little darker, less sun coming through the leaves and branches. Off in the distance, you do see larger creatures moving, as well as some smaller ones. You can see the evidence of them moving around. Nothing coming directly at you, but let's see. Valut, Kia, Tristan. Let's see if the NPCs notice. Oh, okay. Aaron, Sildare, and all of the Wildkin notice the thing that you guys saw moving in the distance overnight. You also see evidence of in the daylight. You can see a little bit further, and it is once again right at like the edge of where the visibility kind of drops for the forest. Still moving the same direction you guys are going. And Kia, even from your higher vantage point, you still can't tell what this thing is. But Tristan, Kia, and Valut, all three of you still notice kind of what Valut noticed the previous night, that whatever it is very, very long. And it is thankfully only on one side.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Which way was it moving?
Same way as you guys.
And I didn't notice anything about it.
You did not notice it.
Damn.
Sorry, it was a
So-
20.
It's moving like parallel to us.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's far off in the distance, but it's going the same way as you all. Kind of alongside you, basically.
I will kind of point that out to the people who did not see it.
Alright. Now everybody can notice it.
Cool. Can I fly closer to it?
Sure.
I'm gonna stay up pretty high and
Okay.
not get like directly above it or anything, but like try and get
Okay.
closer to see what it is.
Alright. It doesn't seem to react to you moving closer. And you have to get, I should say, rephrasing, how close are you getting?
Within 10 feet?
Okay. Distance wise, but not height, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Height wise,
Okay.
I'm like 30 feet up.
Okay. So it takes until you get about that close for you to realize, while this thing is very long, it is also small. It almost moves like a snake, but with less like necessary movement. So it doesn't have quite as much of the side to side. It's almost like it's being pulled. And once you get that close, you can see that it's almost like a ribbon that is being pulled along the ground. Probably about a foot thick.
This reminds me of something, DM.
Oh.
Not this, like the thing. Just I'm wild shaped, and I realize I can't convey any of this information to anyone.
Sure can't.
In Steamroll, we have the rule that you can infinitely wild shape into a creature that is useless, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have that rule?
How many wild shapes do you get?
2.
I'm gonna say no for now. But maybe at a higher level we'll reassess.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Then I guess I'm gonna go back to the group and just keep all this information to myself, because I'm not wasting my wild shape.
Oh, wow.
It's probably better because if Kawa found out about the ribbon, she'd go chase it.
That tracks.
Mava, once this is pointed out to you, you also kind of get the, like, It's almost like a snake, but you know what a snake moves like, and it's
Yeah.
not right.
Yeah.
This is not a thing moving its body. This is a thing being pulled.
Mava is going to try to see if he can get to see where the movement starts along that line.
Okay.
So he's going to try to get out in front of it, sort of.
Yes, Loki.
Oh, I thought Loki was in here.
Nope.
Who did I
Do you have
see?
something to contribute, sir?
Who the fuck was in here? I saw a black cat out of the corner of my eye, like not even a minute ago.
It might have been Astrid.
Yeah, Esther just came from that part of the kitchen, so like she could have just walked down the hallway.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
she is fucking gone now. Anyway,
Yes, sorry. So you're trying to see where it's come from?
Yeah, sort of trying to see if, like, generally how long it is and if he can, like, get out ahead of it.
Okay. Are you moving faster to do this? Because I will say it goes for quite a while in front of you,
Yeah.
but like off in the distance.
Yeah, he'll increase his speed a bit.
Okay. You realize kind of as you do this, the faster you move, it's still just going for a very long distance. You can't see really where it ends.
Okay. Let's see.
And I will say, once you get a bit of a distance, High Flyer is kind of like doing their little whistle and waving frantically at you, like, what are you
Well,
doing?
he's
Get
invisible.
back here. Oh, yeah,
He's
that's
invisible,
right.
so.
Right. Oh. High Flyer has no idea where you are. Great.
Yeah, but once he's about, like, I'd say 120 feet out and still sees that it's going on, he's going to cast Message to Tristan.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
Tristan hears Mava's voice in his head saying, I've gone on ahead to try to get out front of it, and I don't see a beginning to what is being dragged through. It's not moving in a serpentine fashion, it is being dragged.
It's an awful lot like a lure.
Yes.
You may want to come back.
Yes, I'm on my way. And Mava will go and rejoin the group.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm on high alert, but other than that, no.
Fair.
Keeping an eye. I was gonna say he would let the people around him know. Just quick, like taps, quiet, in motions. But
Mhm.
since Tristan beat me to that, that would be about it.
Okay.
Unless it's directly in front or moving towards us.
No.
Valut at least is not concerned beyond keeping an eye on it.
Okay. Yeah. No, thankfully it is parallel. And the Wildkin are also kind of keeping an eye on it. They actually look a little confused. But you continue on and eventually reach a building of sorts. It is constructed out of sort of a blend of the natural stone of the area and trees kind of curved into the building shape and vines. Very natural. It doesn't look like these things grew around the stone. Looks like they were shaped. And High Flyer looks a little bit relieved. It's like, okay, we're here. We made it. I think, is everybody else? Where's the Snake Man? Are you here?
High Flyer gets a message in his head. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Oh. Kind of looks around like, oh, that was interesting. Okay. So, this is the house of the person who will help you. Like I said, they're kind of grumpy, so be nice, or they won't help you.
Curmudgeon-y.
Nod.
Yeah. Any questions?
Do they have a name or a title?
Yes. One second. Do. Their name is there it is Oleander. Astrid, can you please stop? Thank you.
I'm glad you got their name out before you had to talk to Astrid, because that would have been
Yeah.
awkward.
I just got really confused because one of my favorite movies is White Oleander, and the main character's name is Astrid.
Meanwhile, I was thinking of a different book. It's called The Chemist, and the main character's kind of pseudonym, I guess you'd call it, was Oleander. And I
Oh,
was
nice.
like, we got Oleander vibes, nice.
Oleander, they have a last name, hold on. Oleander Mosscrown.
Moss Crown.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. And are you guys going to introduce us, or no?
I mean, I guess.
He'd give you 3 pillows.
What'd you say?
I said they did give you 3 pillows.
Yeah, and that was for the trip here.
Okay.
Fine. I suppose we. And then as they say that, like, all of the other wildkin go way up into the trees. I will introduce you.
We just don't want to make a faux pas and make him mad.
Yeah. Me either. So let's all cross our fingers and spin in a circle 3 times, and then we'll go in. And they do exactly that.
I'm gonna
We can't.
land on Sildar's head.
He is gonna jump down out of the trees.
Okay.
I will cross my fingers and turn in a circle 3 times,
Okay.
but I will look very put upon.
Sildare will do it gleefully with Ymir on his head.
That counts as mine.
Yeah.
I will cross my fingers and take my tail and spin it in a circle 3 times. Like, yeah.
Kia will copy what Tristan just did.
I'm Kia, your
Or,
Kawa.
shit, Kawa. I was looking at you when I was talking to.
Yeah, you don't get to decide what Kia does.
So Kawa will copy. Besides, Kia doesn't have a tail that I know of yet.
But is Kawa's tail prehensile?
It's like a cattail.
It's a cat tail, so it just
It's
kind of
That's close enough.
swishes. It swishes
You swish it
close,
3 times.
close proximity circles.
Cool.
High Flyer kind of puffs their cheeks a little bit, like, you have to do it with your whole body.
Mava sends a message to Valut. We'll make a dancer out of you yet.
I will go ahead and spin in a circle 3 times.
I will slowly do that as well.
All right. They look kind of more reassured, and Aaron did it. I forgot to say, but he did it. And then they knock on the door 3 times as hard as their tiny little fist can, and then kind of take a couple steps back. And from inside, you hear a little bit of clattering, and then, yes, what is it? Come in, come in. And so they step forward and open the door. Do what?
Kind of glance at High Flyer. And,
Yeah, High Flyer
and they do
kind of
that.
takes a deep breath and then opens the door and gestures you all in.
All right. Well, then I go.
We'll walk in behind Valut reluctantly. Or not really reluctantly, just slowly and cautiously and
Mhm.
taking everything in at once.
Mhm.
Yeah, that.
Whoever is the last person going in through the door, Mava will message them to hold it open long enough for him to get in.
I would probably be third in or as close to the front as I can.
Okay.
I'm totally fine with you going in front of me. I
Okay.
didn't mean that to be like, I want to be the first person in. I meant, yeah, okay, we're going in.
Call will be the first person.
Did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you fixed it.
Kia will make sure Aaron goes in first and then go in after him.
Yeah, he'll go in. So as you guys get inside, this dwelling is really one big room, with a lot of shelves. There are a lot of shelves, and then there are a couple of partitions that sort of split the space into different sections, but otherwise it's one big room. And there are bottles of various liquids all over the place, as well as a random assortment of like weapons and armor and clothing just scattered. Some of them look decent, some of them look in rough shape, very old. There's a few like colored glass hanging from strings sort of things set up in front of the windows that are catching light and spreading little splashes of color throughout the room, but otherwise it's kind of a mess. And sitting up on the bed in this space is a not small like the Wildkin, but your size man who looks elven but very fey. His skin is a little bit of a bluish green. He's got very, very long, very thin, pointed ears. Very long, straight hair that is like mossy green. And he looks pretty old, which for elves is saying something. And he is dressed sort of haphazardly. His clothes don't really match, and some of them are clean and some of them are not. Some of them don't fit him as well as others. He has one boot on. Like, he's very disheveled looking, and is scowling at you as you walk in. And then points his gaze at High Flyer, who has made themselves much smaller, with their hands kind of clasped in front of them. And says, Oleander, these these people came from the other realm, and they want to go home. So they gave us some nice things, and we told them we would get them help. And I know you were talking about needing a thing, so I thought maybe they could do the thing, and then you would help them. And they kind of nod a little like, yeah, that's it. That's what I did. And Oleander kind of glares at them for a long moment and then looks at the rest of you and says, where exactly are you all from?
I am not sure any two of us are from the same place, actually. But we all came together from. Do you remember what island it was?
We were off of Drakeport, I think.
No, we went to Great Court together. I know
Yeah.
I'm a bird, but I'm like me, the person is
Like-
saying this to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is we left Drakeport and went to the little island where the crab was.
Yes.
Specifically, we came here on a butterfly.
A what? A butterfly? Those are small. Listen, the name is not gonna help me very much. I don't keep track of the names given to places in other realms. What does it look like? Yes, Loki.
It looks like a
Yeah.
ship that you sail on the ocean.
It's a world of islands.
And cats.
Yes.
Lots of cats.
Yeah, Loki. He kind of nods a little and then looks at Kia. It's like, the ship? You talking about your world or the butterfly?
The butterfly.
Alright. So lots of water. Islands. I think I know the one. Dreadful place. Off. Just ruined. But you don't belong here.
No, when we'd like to get back, please.
Yeah, I'd like to send you back. But, it's gonna take some doing. So I am gonna need some assistance first.
Of what variety?
Well, as the half pint there says, I need some help with taking care of some. You know how to fight, I assume?
I
Very
kind of
well, yeah.
glanced down at my weapons and back up at him. Maybe a little.
Eh.
He kind of surveys all of you. You ever fought anything in this world?
Didn't you? The one we're currently in? No.
Yeah. Ah, you're lucky then. Lucky. Okay. Guess they're better guides than they give them credit for. And High Flyer is inching towards the door the entire time.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right. There's a creature here that dreadfully unpleasant. Not from here, but it has taken up residence and become a bit, well, we'll call it twisted. That's a good way to describe them. And they're taking over, and I would like you to get permanently.
There, you cut out a little bit there. Get rid of them permanently.
Permanently. You do that, and I'll help you figure out how to get home. 1 second.
Hello. Finally. Not much of an appetite, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's pretty
So-
funny. There's some parts of
Yes. So,
I'm back.
thank you.
Okay. Oh.
He kind of reaches underneath his bed and pulls out a rifles through it for a minute and then pulls out a box and lifts a couple things out and says, this thing I need it good. It's nasty thing. I don't even think matches yours.
what?
I'm cutting out apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little bit.
that's why I said what.
Sorry. He says, the thing comes from a realm that I don't think is even yours. It's worse, probably. And I think being in ours made it worse. Made it stronger, more unhinged, twisted, like I said. You'll definitely get to see that that's an apt description once you see it. But you take care of that and I'll find a way to get you back. They
box?
call the box. Yes. The box. I'm getting to that. Be patient.
Sorry, Jules. That was a Karen question.
Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
You cut out about the time you started talking about the box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I was like,
He-
what was in the box? What
He
did we
hasn't
see there?
showed you yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, no,
You're fine.
he hasn't showed you yet. He just pulled it out from under his bed area. He kind of dug around and found it.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, I couldn't tell what cut out and what didn't.
It's fine.
Hi, Astrid. He starts pulling out a couple of different things from the box, and one of them is a book, and he flips through it for a second, and then let's see if my iPad charged enough to show you. He finds a drawing. If it will load. It says somebody once came across the thing and managed to survive the encounter. And I don't know why it's loading so slow. There we go. They managed to survive and drew a picture of the thing. And I'm gonna send it for you guys. This is the best representation I could do. Oh my god, where is Diluvium? There we go. I will put this in NPC info.
Whoa.
So, for anybody who might be listening, it almost looks like an elf, almost, but its whole body is sort of ribbony, and unraveling a little bit. The limbs are way too long. The thing is way too skinny. And just not a pleasant look.
Does it live around here?
It lives around. It travels a lot, which makes it really hard to keep up. But last I heard, the thing was fairly close. So I'd really prefer to get it taken care of before it finds my house.
Do you know if it's attracting thing? Movement, like people, or would it be more not sentient?
Oh, it's sentient, all right. Unfortunately so. It really likes strangers, which is another reason I don't. So I'm sure it will love you all. Like strangers and stories and all of that sort of thing. Music, I hear. And I think it comes out a lot at night.
So you said you're familiar with our world?
I've seen it.
Is this world as big as that?
I don't think so. It's a good question, but I don't think so.
If it travels and doesn't have a home, it's going to be rather hard to find if it's the same size.
No. No, and I have a feeling you'll be able to get it to come closer. I'm sure it will like you all very much.
Alright. So we go get rid of this thing and you help us get home. That's the deal.
That's the deal.
That's the deal.
Tell you what, you get rid of it good enough and I'll give you something good before you leave.
There's a different level of getting rid of it.
Speed. And how much you can prove that it's dead.
Right.
Is there anything else you can tell us about it that may be use?
Probably. What do you want to know?
I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what I need to know. Which is why I asked.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's fair enough. Let's see. Well, it
But
mostly comes out at night. From what I can tell, the thing's real stretchy.
But does it bleed?
You know, I couldn't say.
If it bleeds,
Never.
we can kill it.
Oh,
I
well,
knew that's where you're going.
you can definitely kill it. There are things that don't bleed here that you can kill. But, as far as if it bleeds, I'm not sure. I've never fought the thing. And most of the folks I send to do it don't come back. So.
Most? So there are some that have come back.
Yes,
Well,
the
part-
pictures
Drawing.
from one.
Yeah.
I didn't hear all that, sorry.
The picture is by someone who came back.
So what did they think about it? Did they have any information?
This guy drew this because he couldn't speak anymore. I think it kind of ruined his brain.
That's useful information.
Mm-hmm. I hear it's real brutal. Likes to play lots of games.
Oh. Don't mind me, sorry.
It likes to take people apart and put them back together in ways that don't make sense. And it knows stuff that it shouldn't. It probably already knows about you.
That will make this easier.
On it? I really wish friend hadn't brought you all the way here, but too late now. Because if it knows about you, that means it knows about my home. And like I said, I'd like to have this thing dead before it finds me.
I think this is workable. Are we in agreement?
As much as a bird can look skeptical, Ymir does.
Very fair.
I mean, unless you see another option.
Aaron looks extremely uncertain. He's like, do all of us have to fight it, or...
That is a good question. Can we leave Aaron here?
Like, I kind of snorts. Babysitting.
Mava's
guess.
going to send a message to Aaron.
It will make us be able to kill it faster if he stays here.
What's Mava's message?
Mava's message to Aaron is it may be polite to offer to help him around his house.
He kind of like looks like he's realized something. Like, oh yeah, I can help organize or fighting while they're fighting. And the guy's like, don't touch anything.
I wondered if he'd be one of those.
Yep. He
It's
can
chaos, but
stay.
it's his chaos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He can stay if he doesn't get his grubby little fingers on anything. And if anything shows up, he gets to fight it. Sound like a plan? And so there's like, I will also stay and help fight if needed.
That sounds like a better plan.
Yes, I like this one better.
Tippy tap my talons on Sildar's head.
To convey what?
That I don't like that.
No.
Aw, tippy taps.
Well, you can't tell him. So no, he assumes. But he's like, it's better that than the boy fighting by himself. Aaron kind of glances at him like, with this very brief glance that says, we all know that, but hey. But he doesn't say anything. And the guy kind of shrugs. I don't really care who stays as long as the thing dies and nobody touches the thing. So, yeah.
Right. Guess we have a job to do, shall we?
Need anything else before you leave?
I'll look at the others.
Some stuff to help us kill it would be nice.
You're a
Thank you,
bird.
Thank you.
I know I'm a bird. I can't believe I'm the only one who would think that.
Unless you know of some particular weakness it may have to something we don't carry.
Let's see. I mean, to be truthful, I don't really know what you carry, but let's see. I don't know of anything it's weak to, but
If only we had the other kind of monk.
I wouldn't bother trying to try to affect its senses, really. Blinding, deafening, that sort of thing. Don't bother.
Good to know.
Also wouldn't bother with poison. Pretty sure the thing's blood is poisonous. So, not that I think it'll poison you if it bleeds on you, but I don't think poisoning it does any good. What else?
Well, that's better than it having acid blood.
You all got magic weapons and shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No. Oh. Alright. Raise your hand if you don't have a magic weapon.
This feels patronizing.
What was that?
I said, this feels patronizing.
You asked for help. You the only one?
Apparently.
Mava didn't have a magic weapon, or does he?
You would have seen him fight with a shadow blade.
That's right.
He fights with magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheater. I kid.
Let's see. Awa does. Yeah, Valut. Oh, Valut got armor. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Emir, you. Do you?
I do.
What do you have?
I have a trident of fish command.
Oh, are you?
That sounds amazing.
I remember you got that at the last fight.
Yep.
It's in my inventory.
Are you proficient with it? You are not.
Nope.
Are you gonna use it?
Probably not. I mean, I have Shillelagh. Does that count?
Yes.
Yes. That would
Shillelagh makes a weapon magical.
magical.
Yes. All right. Well, then, Balut, you get your thing early.
Or you can use the trident.
Yeah, I could give you the trident.
That's true. Can you use tridents?
What type of weapon is it?
Melee. Thrown
Melee.
versatile.
Martial?
It just says
Martial.
melee.
Wow, it doesn't. It really doesn't say.
Well, what is a trident on the weapons thing?
That's what I'm trying to find.
I gotta find my bloody proficiencies.
E. Bottom left on the front page.
Right, thank you.
Yep. It is a martial weapon,
Okay, I am not proficient with martial weapons.
which is also probably why. Oh wow. Druids are weird. That
Yep.
is a very specific list of weapons.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's kind of always been the case for druids.
Yeah.
Technically, I think I'm the only one that can technically use it.
You probably have a better weapon. This thing's 1d6.
Yeah, I have my glaive of warning,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
don't have
also the trident's what, one-handed or two?
It can be both. It's a D8 if you use two hands.
Ah,
I mean, I could give you my staff. I don't remember what level monks punch magic.
Hold on.
I think it's either 8 or 10 or something like that.
I mean, he has stuff he's gonna give.
okay.
I'm just trying to be, I don't know,
Nice.
self-sufficient. Sorry, no, not that I'm not trying to be
I
nice.
know,
That
I
was
know.
the word I was looking for.
I know.
That just fit right.
Also, your unarmed strike is a D6, it looks like.
So?
I thought you were looking for it.
No, I was looking to see when it becomes magical.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to find it.
Because there's some stuff that doesn't show up on here.
It's like
It shows on my character sheet, but it doesn't show what level it is. It just says I have it, which is like, thanks, that's useful, I guess.
Does it say what it's called?
Sixth level.
6 levels, so
Key empowered
What's it called?
strikes.
It's called what?
Key empowered strikes.
Key empowered strike.
Oh, yep. It's under stunning strike on your thing. Starting at 6th level, your unarmed strikes count as
Oh,
magical. Blah, blah, blah.
So, it's an option. If we want to be self-reliant. That's what I was looking for.
He's kind of
Oh.
watching all of you curiously.
I mean, that would work. I can use that at least.
It's
Not my traditional thing, and I think I lose out on half my features, but it's magic, that's for sure.
What would you give her?
Vicious staff. Vicious quarterstaff.
Victoria's staff.
Victoria's staff. Yes, I would like Queen Victoria's staff, please. Thank you. I didn't know.
When
Yeah,
you roll
well.
a 20 on your attack roll, it takes an extra 7 damage of the weapons type. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, were you guys gonna trade weapons around, or are you gonna take weapons from him?
I mean, if he's gonna offer them, but I'm a bird, so.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it's up to Valut.
Depends
I mean,
how
it's
much-
kind of up to who's offering.
Yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to trust a Fae or not till after we've completed the task.
Because
Kia is offering her staff.
Right. That warrants a. I mean, that works.
All right.
I can use this.
Okay, so she hands it over, and like I said, it's called Vicious Quarterstaff if you want to look it up.
Yes.
Not Victoria's staff like I previously read because it's in blue text, and apparently I can't read blue, only black.
Nope. Says, all right, well, just find your way back here, because I do have some stuff I'll give you if you get it nice and quick and easy and provable.
But and it doesn't require. Whatever. Okay. Attunement. That's the word I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Sorry, mumbling to myself in a corner here.
You're good.
Oh, and it's a strength weapon. That's even better.
Oh boy.
My strength is 7, y'all.
Yep. I see that -2 on there.
Yep.
You sure you don't want to take his thing?
I mean, look, that would be better, but this does actually, like, this is entirely a thing. He would be like, okay.
Yeah. Oleander just kind of gives a big old shrug, like, your funerals. All right. Well, I'll be here with your friends. Great.
Lane. And I walk away.
So there we'll reach up and give you a little pat on the birdie head, Emir, and then lift you off of his head and kind of toss you into the air like, fly.
Bye, my child.
Emir squawks, not happy with that, but flies and lands on Mava's head.
Mava's invisible.
Oh, you're still
would-
invisible. Okay, Tristan's head.
Kawa, I was gonna say Kawa would have put his or her finger out to try to do the bird thing to see if you'd come land on his finger.
They pick horns. It's fine.
No, I'm gonna land on Tristan's head.
Okay.
Oh, this does not look like it's gonna go well.
I have built-in perches.
Boy, howdy.
We're all gonna be
Says-
safe, and we're all gonna have a great time. What the Jesus Christ was that?
One day I need to send Jacksepticeye a thank you for that audio.
It's so good.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, so you guys,
Storming castle.
yeah, not a chance. You guys head out.
Yep.
And do what?
I was going to say, and I will wait until we're about, I don't know, 20, 30 yards. And before I say anything is, what's his name still with us?
The Wildkin.
Yeah. No.
He left.
Did he actually make it out the door before we were done?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I was just checking. And
go on.
He'll stop and sort of call everybody over, or gesture everybody come closer, and say, I have an idea on how to bait it closer to us, but we need to figure out where it is first.
I think we can just follow the ribbons.
Ah, I hadn't considered that.
What ribbons?
I don't know if you know that that's what they are.
Yeah, we never saw them.
Yeah,
Oh,
only
right.
I saw them.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure you saw them. I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Did Mava's message to me tell me about ribbons?
No, you've seen them from a distance, but only Emir got close enough to see what they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
Then I will.
Yeah.
Darn it, but now that actually makes a lot of sense and
Well,
really.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Describes it as something being
No,
dragged
it's fine.
instead of
I'm not.
slithering.
I have to turn back eventually. I was just trying to see if it would be useful in any way for me to keep this wild shape as long as I could, but I don't
It
think
would if
so.
you
And I think
Getting
it's hilarious,
ribbons.
so that's useful.
Yeah.
Well,
You know that they're ribbons. I don't, so I took that back. But be like, well, what about that movement we saw earlier?
yeah, we
That
could
might be
we could
something.
turn and look at Ymir and are you going to be able to fly off and find it again?
Uh,
And we can
Ma-
follow the bird for a while.
Mava, you said something about them earlier, didn't you?
Mava will drop
Okay,
his
okay.
invisibility. And sorry, what was the question again?
He asked if you had said something about them earlier.
Okay. They're not the invisible snakes. They don't move in a serpentine fashion. It's more as something being dragged across the ground, and whatever is being dragged is far beyond what I was able to immediately get in front of.
That might be related.
Grabbed it earlier. It sounded like exactly like that lure that they were warning us about. It almost reminded me the way you mentioned it moved. It reminded me more of fishing line.
Hmm.
They did say the lure would look like something you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean this clearly isn't the thing they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean it's any less allure, and it's certainly relevant
Mm-hmm.
to make the weird connection there.
Yeah. I am tempted to find a branch or something of the sort and toss it onto the ribbon and see what happens.
Mm.
Let us be sure we are ready first.
Yes.
Yes?
I think we are all gonna die.
That's the end of Diluvium. Great game, everybody.
Curtain
Two
call.
fights, that was it.
Kawa just pats Kia on the head.
Shh! Don't talk to the bird.
No, I said pat you on the head.
Yeah. While you're close, she's gonna whisper, "Don't talk to the bird." Bad luck.
Pat it again.
I think we will be fine. Not that it will be easy, but I have faith in us.
Fairly capable group.
I hop from one horn to the other.
Ymir, do you want to go scout for that movement again?
Where did Ymir go?
It's my horn.
I will cover Kia's eyes and I just shake my head.
I will I will take flight without making a noise. Just I'm gonna go do what Tristan has asked.
I will follow the bird.
Yeah,
Start following the bird.
I'm gonna look
keeping an eye
up
out.
bird stats.
Am I following blindfolded here?
It says the bird's bait. We need to follow the bird.
Oh my god.
Y'all
Rude.
are crazy.
Okay.
The bird
Ymir-
is gonna lead us to our doom.
But it will die first because it's in the lead. So let's go. Come on.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Amir, give me a perception check with a +3 to perception.
I can't use my own perception.
I do not believe so.
Wild.
I cannot remember. Let me look.
I want to say wild shape. You keep your own stat. That's the
They're better.
if they're better. Yeah.
Your statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, but remain alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So yes, wisdom. So yeah,
Cool. 23.
unless the creature's is higher. Haha. I already forget that, so that's good to know. Thanks, y'all. 23?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes some looking, but you do eventually find what you're looking for, and it seems to stretch on impossibly long in both directions. And it looks thinner than it did before.
Oh, it's lost weight.
He did not want me to pick him up.
No, he did not.
I'll fly a circle over it and then go back a decent ways to like maybe they can still see it but not get close.
Uh-huh.
And I'll stay there until they reach me.
All right.
And I wager you guys are paying enough attention to where this magpie is going.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not making
Yeah.
it for it.
I've been watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So
was
you see
right on
him
his
fly
heels.
the circle and then kind of come back towards y'all. What you doing?
We gotta throw something at it.
If you give me something, I can fly above it and drop it on there. If you think to come up with that yourself.
I was gonna say.
Trying to think. We're in a pretty densely forested area, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Or is it more jungly?
It's getting more jungly. It's kind of a blend of dense forest and jungle at the moment.
Is there a dead branch on the ground?
Oh yes.
I will pick one up, and I will signal to Ymir or yell at Ymir, "Hey, come throw this at it. See if it reacts."
I'll fly over, grab it in my talons, and then fly above the ribbon thing and drop it.
I will have my rapier at the ready before that falls.
Me too.
Mhm.
Glaive is out.
Your
All right.
rapier or my vicious quarterstaff.
I'm gonna cast
Staff is
mage
on my-
armor.
Sorry.
Good idea.
Yeah.
The staff is on my back.
Oh, okay.
The rapier is in my hand.
Gotcha.
In case the rapier doesn't work, I want the staff at the ready, but I would like to start with something I'm comfortable with.
Good plan.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay. So you fly over a small branch in your tiny little feet. And you let go, and it falls for what feels like longer than it should, before it lands and bounces off of the sliding ribbon in the grass. And everything kind of seems to stop. The movement of the thing in the grass freezes. And there is an incredibly long pause. And then right about the time you start to think, okay, maybe that is all it's gonna do. It comes from the direction that you had been coming from behind you, basically. Not behind you, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
The direction you came from. Rolling up, and it wraps around the branch. This huge clump of ribbon just gathers up around the branch and then brushes it into tiny pieces like squeezes down upon it, and then sort of just flops over, unfurls a little bit, and lays there for a moment.
I hate that.
Look, we killed it, guys.
Gradually starts moving again.
Oh, nope, spoke too soon.
And as it starts to move, the bundled up chunk of ribbon kind of, it doesn't unfurl back how it was, but like it lets itself be kind of straightened out as the remainder kind of gets pulled back away from it.
Now we have a direction. Let's follow that.
Better.
All right, so you guys moving towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you get closer to it, it starts to speed up.
Should we stealth? I'm asking the party.
I think it already knows we're here. I don't know if there's
Okay.
a point.
Okay. Just checking.
If you want to, we can. But he did say that there was a speed bonus, so
That's true.
And I will say it's moving faster than you are, because there is so much of it that had been behind that is still there where you're at. When it finally does reach the end of that, kind of a little bit ahead of you, the end of the ribbon looks kind of like a finger, and it makes the little like come hither motion and then continues on.
Quick out of character question. Does any of the PCs smoke?
no.
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 Okay, good. We won't have cigarettes on us.
Okay. With your Magnus Archives joke.
Hmm.
I mean, I was getting Big Helen vibes, so
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. Or Nicola. A little bit.
yeah.
But yeah, so there's not the whole hand. It's just this is a finger.
Not better.
Yep.
Nope.
Turns out.
And, it is leading you through the forest.
At least we have a whole digit now, and not just a ribbon. But
We didn't want to do surprise attack, right?
I mean, we can. It's got a finger right here. We could chop off its finger and see if that makes it show up faster.
That seems like it would be giving away our opportunity for surprise.
What? It knows we're here.
Exactly.
All right.
We were also told it likes games, so I don't know that I feel like running around the woods for the next 3 days trying to get to the body.
I mean, it could try to just wear us out.
Yeah, it could.
Are you all still following it while you talk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
or at least I am.
I don't know, is it moving or did it just sit there like...
Oh, it is moving.
It's
It is
moving.
going quite quickly. And I will say, the longer you follow it, it almost seems to get faster. And eventually, unless you stop and do anything else, from another direction, all of a sudden there is a second finger that kind of joins to the first one. And now the ribbon is a little bit thicker. And now it can do a peace sign. And then there's, from a third direction, almost like it had forked off, a thumb. So now it can finger gun. But it doesn't.
Yeah.
And every time it starts to get a little bit ahead of you, it slows down again. And then when you catch up, it speeds back up. And gradually you have an entire hand that is now like urging you, kind of doing the come on motion as it goes away from you.
This would be the opportune time to chop it off because it's just going to lead us into its lair.
Yep.
I don't like this. I'm not used to being the one kited.
It's called alluring.
Is it still within 120 feet of us?
Yes.
I'm going to take out one of my javelins and throw it at it.
Okay.
Just to see what happens.
When in doubt, javelin it.
Oh, it's actually a bit on top. 23 to hit.
Okay. That will hit.
Okay. It's not much damage. Oh, okay, cool. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Non-magical?
Yes, it's just a plain javelin.
Okay.
Let's see if I can piss it off a little.
So are you like trying to get it right in the palm?
To begin with, I'm just trying to hit it.
Okay.
We'll say that. And then if it's continuing the same path where I threw it, then that way I can just pick up the javelin from
Yeah.
where it fell.
All right. It does seem to kind of shudder a little bit when you hit it. And sorry, I had to note that down. Then it kind of wraps around your javelin and throws it back at you.
Okay.
So
It also thought that was rude.
yeah. Let's see. It's gonna miss though.
So how many fingers does it have?
It has a whole hand now.
See? It had the opportunity to just flip you off, but instead it threw the javelin.
Yep.
Yep.
If it goes up real high, it'll have the upper hand. But yeah, it does kind of like make a claw hand motion at you after it throws the javelin, like how dare you, kind of thing, and then keeps going.
I just, in my brain, it was grrr, that kind of hand motion.
That's very different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the likes to play games.
That's true.
Make it a little bit more loose wrist. Stop.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's playing hard to get.
It does start winding itself through the trees at this point. Kind of faster and faster. And gradually you have a hand, a wrist, part of the upper arm, or lower arm, and then up to the elbow. And before you know it, you are in. Oh, sorry, Astrid just rolled herself off of the cat tree.
That's how
great.
she rolls.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
she caught
sounds
herself.
like Astrid.
Yeah, she caught herself, and I was kind of afraid she was going to pull the whole cat tree over with her, but she didn't.
Fair.
Oh, good.
So that's what distracted me.
Before
Yeah.
you know it.
Before you know it, thank you. The arm that you have been following winds itself into a cave that is very dark, and it is gone. And then
We'll pull up
inside
at
the
that point.
cave, you said you'll stop.
Yes.
Inside the cave, you do hear some rustling, and then a bit of low, amused laughter. And then two hands come out of the cave, not on the ground, but higher up, and kind of wrap around one on either edge of the cave mouth. And then the smiling face that you saw the drawing of peeks itself out in the middle and says, "I'm so glad to finally meet."
And how close are we to its face?
This is probably 60 feet away or so. And it continues and says, "I was dearly hoping you would find your way here. I've been following you since you got here, keeping an eye on the situation. Well, an eye, a finger, an ear, quite a few pieces of." Now that you're here, please come inside. And then it releases the cave and slips backwards back inside into the darkness. And that's where we'll stop for
Oh, I knew it.
I cannot start combat at 12:20 a.m.
That is more than fair.
I was just going to invite it to camp with us for the night. I don't know what you mean about combat.
Oh my god, that would go so well.
Right?
Just
Like,
ha-
hey, we
have a
have
nice
rations.
have a nice dinner. Making
yes,
some
there would be a
stew.
there would be a lovely meal.
And then I would sharpen my claws on it.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't help yourself.
So that's my creepy nightmare body horror monster.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm so glad.
I love it. It's great.
It's
10 out of 10.
definitely the spiral. I don't know what you're talking about.
1000%.
Everybody say goodnight to the recording.
Good night.
Good night.
Recording.
See you maybe hopefully next month.